What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing some crazy battles in the Open Great League submitted to the channel by Joe Unicachel01, which I'm sure I've butchered your name, so apologies for that, but they are running Lucario with double nukes, Shadow Zapdos and Focus Blast Gengar, so you already know there's going to be a ton of nukes landing in this video. So with that being said, let's just get into the question of the day. What's the most underrated fighting type Pokemon in the Go Battle League right now? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so going into the first battle, we lead Lucario into Dugong, so a pretty good lead for us. Of course, they do now have access to Drill Run, but we will make it to a close combat before they get there. The opponent swaps into Noctowl. We full send the close combat. It does so much damage. We now swap into our Shadow Zapdos. And now, are we going to call the bait here? We aren't, and they do bait us, which is unfortunate, but we will be able to fully Thundershock farm them down. Now the opponent is going to wait at the switch clock before coming back in with the Dugong. We go straight for that Drill Peck, making sure we do get off a charge move straight away. We do grab a shield, and the opponent does make it to the Icy Wind before we can throw a Thunderbolt. So we're actually going to shield this up, and we will now be able to go for a Drill Peck into the Swampert that comes in. So this will do some nice damage to the Swampert, and we will be able to make it to another Drill Peck in time before they reach a Hydro Cannon. So this Drill Peck will grab the final shield. We now swap into our Gengar, pretty much just using it as a sacrificial swap, and the opponent full send the Earthquake there. I don't think they really needed to go for the Earthquake, but that's fine with us. We will happily let them use more of their energy. We come back in with Lucario, and they barely make it to a Hydro Cannon. This will be enough damage to take us out, but we can come in with the Zapdos. We need to make it to the Drill Peck. We barely get there in time, and from this range, a Drill Peck will be enough damage to take out the Dugong. And can we get the farm down? We barely get the farm down, and we win that game with about 1 HP remaining. So great game there. Into the next battle, we see a Alolan Sandslash in the lead. The opponent swaps into a Hisuian Electrode. We counter swap with our Shadow Zapdos. This isn't the most comfortable matchup, as a Wild Charge is neutral. It will do a ton of damage, so we're going to shield it up, and the opponent does full send the Wild Charge, debuffing their defense, and now a Drill Peck will definitely be enough damage to take them out if they let it go through. They do choose to double shield here, and they throw just before we reach another Drill Peck, so we're actually going to let this move go through. Wild Charge does take us out, but we can come in with Gengar, get a massive Shadow Claw farm down, shield once, and we should be able to get the farm down before they make it to another Wild Charge. And we do exactly that. The opponent comes back in with a Alolan Sandslash. They're running Powder Snow, meaning it's not super effective. We go for a Focus Blast. It one-shots the Sandslash. They've got a Noctowl in the back, and we're actually going to swap into Lucario, trying to catch a Sky Attack. They do make it to a charge move here. We're going to clear a notification or something like that. I don't know. They go for a Sky Attack. It doesn't actually take us out. We can now go for the Close Combat, and Close Combat will do so much damage that they're actually in range for a Shadow Punch to take them out. For whatever reason, they throw their energy here. They didn't need to, but it didn't matter, as we had a move banked, and Shadow Punch will be enough, even double resisted, to take out the Noctowl, and we take that game. Into the next game, we see Charizard in the lead. Now, this is obviously a bad matchup for Lucario, but we're going to go for a close combat. It's resisted, but it's not enough energy for the Shadow Ball, but it still grabs a shield there, so kind of interesting. I'm not sure why the opponent would shield that. They go for a resisted Dragon Claw, but we did debuff ourselves, and now we're going to come in with our Gengar. The opponent can just spam Dragon Claws. They're going to do a lot of damage. They come in with Lantern. We're going to full send the Focus Blast. This isn't even super effective, but Focus Blast does so much damage, and at this point I think we can let the Gengar go down, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Surf does take us out. We can now come in with the Zapdos, get the Thundershock farm down, and come out with a little bit of loaded energy. And actually we get a nice farm down there. We're just one move away from the Drill Peck. They come back in with Charizard. We're going to choose to shield this up and fully farm down the Charizard as well. Dragon Claw grabs our final shield, but we do get the farm down. They've got Sableye in the back. We're going to bait with a Drill Peck, although maybe we can just go straight Drill Peck in this matchup, go for 3 of them in a row, and we do make it to the second Drill Peck. We're just 1 Thundershock away from the third, and we should be able to reach it in time. We get there, and this Drill Peck will be enough damage to take out the Sableye, and we take that game. So into the next battle, we see Lucario into a Bomber Snow. Great lead for the Lucario. The opponent's staying in this matchup, so they might be core broken by Lucario. That's absolutely fine with us, although we don't have Power Up Punch, so we might have to commit a shield and fully farm them down. But no, they come in with Toxapex. We're now going to go for that Shadow Ball. It does big damage. We now swap into Shadow Zapdos. And these poison jabs are kind of adding up a bit. We're going to go for a bait with the Drill Peck. And the opponent chooses to shield that up, which is great, and it's a CMP tie. So we're going to shield as well. The opponent full sends a Sludge Wave there, and that is great for us. Now they should be in Drill Peck range or thereabouts, so we're going to go for the Drill Peck. Drill Peck does take them out there, and now we're going to see what the opponent wants to come in with next. They're going to come in with a Lantern. We do barely make it to the Thunderbolt before they take us out. And this Thunderbolt does big damage to the Lantern. We now swap into Lucario, basically forcing them to throw their energy. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Surf takes us out, and now we can come in with our Gengar. Probably commit one shield, fully farm them down, and we should be able to take this game here. But let's see. We're actually going to shield the Surf there at the last second. They come back in with a Bomber Snow, and actually, this is looking a bit scary, but I think we're at the back-to-back Shadow Punches now. We go for the first one. This does grab the shield, and the second one wins the CMP tie up against a Bomber Snow, and this Shadow Punch will be enough to take them out there. They come back in with the Lantern. We farm them down, and we take that game. Into the next game, we see Runerigus in the lead. This is awful for us. A bit of a core breaker to the team. The opponent swaps into Quagsire. We're not going to go for the Focus Blast here. Quagsire incredibly spammy now with the Mud Bomb. And yeah, I don't think we would have reached the Focus Blast, so we do just go for that Shadow Punch. But we are going to shield in this matchup, and we're just wanting to force a shield back from the opponent's end, so that does make sense. And we do grab that shield. It's a CMP tie as well, so they don't have any residual energy anymore, which is quite nice for us. But here, I don't think we can come in with the Lucario, or if we do, then we're just going to fully sacrifice it. Or we might swap and catch the move here, and we do exactly that. So that's actually probably the best play we could have made. And now we should be able to Thundershock farm them down. They might swap out of this matchup, but they choose not to. They come back in with Runerigus. We need to grab a shield from the opponent here in this matchup. We go for that Drill Peck, and we do grab the shield, and that's great. We can let this move go through, and we will be able to make it to a Shadow Ball in time. They're actually running Rock Tomb, so fair play, but they come in with a Water Gun Lantern. I think at this point we need to farm to the back-to-back moves. I think we need to farm basically to 100 energy, but Close Combat barely doesn't take them out. They get to a charge move, but we get the counter through, and we should now be able to make it to a Shadow Ball up against Runerigus, and this will be enough damage from this range to take out the Runerigus, and we take that game. Into the next game, we see Mew in the lead, so a bit of a tricky lead for us. We are going to possibly let this move go through. Yeah, we do. It's just a Surf, and we do tank that. We now swap into Gengar, banking the energy on our Lucario, as it will be useful in the end game, or at least hopefully it will. We're going to shield the Surf now, and we should be able to get to move the... Wow, I forgot how to speak there. Commit to the full Shadow Claw farm down, and we do come out with so much loaded energy. They come in with Registeel. We're going to go for that Focus Blast straight away. And we one-shot the Registeel from literally full health. They come in with a defense from Deoxys, and these counters are triple resisted, so we make it to a Shadow Punch, grabbing a shield, and now we're looking great. We can come in with the Lucario, go for one more counter, and actually no, we're going to come in with the Zapdos. I don't think it really matters here. We might just let this move go through. No, we're going to shield up the Thunderbolt. I think we could have just come in with the Lucario and go for the charge move, but instead we overfarm massively. I don't know about that, but Drill Peck will be enough to take out the defense from Deoxys there, and we do take that game. Into the next battle, we see Bastiodon in the lead, so great lead for Lucario. They instantly swap into Sableye, and we're going to respond with our Shadow Zapdos. Now, this is a bit tricky here. They probably will be able to win in the 2-shield scenario, just from the Shadow Claw damage alone. But let's see, we actually do make it to the back-to-back Drill Pecks already, so maybe I'm wrong in that. And we actually land that, and they let it go through, and now we're able to fully farm them down. And now the opponent's going to come back in with the Bastiodon. They will be able to fully farm us down here, which is not great, because they can come out with a Flamethrower loaded, but... well, I mean, not yet, but they will be able to get there. They swap into Shadow Victory Bell. We come in with our Gengar. We go straight for that Shadow Punch, and this will be grabbing a shield from the opponent. We're going to make it to a second Shadow Punch before they get the farm down, and now we're looking really, really good. The opponent chooses to double shield. We come in with Lucario. We're actually going to shield this up, but we should be able to come out of this matchup with a close combat loaded, and we will. And now close combat will easily be enough damage to one-shot the Bastiodon from this range, and we take that game. Into next game, another Bastiodon in the lead. The opponent swaps into Medicham. Personally, I will be swapping into my Gengar there because it's just a lot more comfortable. But let's see how we play this matchup. We're going to farm to the back-to-back Drill Pecks. Drill Peck, unfortunately, will not be enough damage to take out the Medicham. Actually, it is enough damage. Well, I mean, that was potentially a bad IV Medicham, I don't know. But when I'm using Zapdos, it usually doesn't take them out. We even grab a shield up against Bastiodon. Can we get a second shield here? That would be actually insane if we did. And we do. We get a shield with the Drill Peck. That is definitely very poorly played from the opponent, but we will take it. We're now going to go for a Shadow Ball, and this will do huge damage. We're going to swap into Gengar, go for the farm down, and we will probably commit to shielding here and then going for a Focus Blast. I hope we do, because that would be very nice to see. And now, can we get to the Focus Blast? We do get there in time, and this will easily be enough damage to one-shot the Bastiodon, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see Lucario into Sableye, so probably going to swap straight away. No, we're not going to swap straight away, actually. I guess we can't really because we've got Gengar in the back, so we do just commit to the Shadow Ball. And if the opponent lets this go through, it will nearly take them out, and now we're forcing them to throw. All of the moves are resisted, so we're going to let the Foul Play go through. We do live it, and we do actually just barely win the Zero Shield scenario. They come in with a Azumarill. We can come in with either Pokemon, but we choose to come in with the Zapdos, and we're going to go for a Drill Peck before they reach an Ice Beam. So I kind of understand this play, but it's not going to threaten the shield, so I personally would have just shielded once and then got at least to the Thunderbolt before going for a bait. But now we can significantly overfarm, go for the Drill Peck here, and this will now be enough damage to take out the Azu, so we do grab a shield. The opponent continues to overfarm, we're already at another Drill Peck, and this will grab the final shield, and then they swap into Altaria. We need to land this Drill Peck and then instantly swap into our Gengar, and hope that the Shadow Claw damage along with a Shadow Punch will be enough to take them out, but it's going to be very, very tight. They go for the Sky Attack. Can we leave this matchup with a Shadow Punch unloaded? It looks like we can, but is this going to be enough damage to take out the Altaria? It does take them out, and now we win the CMP tie up against the Azumarill. We go for that Shadow Punch, and Shadow Punch doesn't quite take them out there. They're now able to get off their charge move, play rough, takes out the Gengar, but we should be able to just barely Thundershock, farm down the Azumarill, and take that game. Into the next battle, we see Lucario into Drifblim. Not a great matchup. The opponent's going to swap into Quagsire, and we're going to respond with our Zapdos, or they responded with their Quagsire. I don't know, it was pretty quick, to be fair, but we go for the Drill Peck, and we do land it. We've got to be wary of the Stone Edge, and they bait with a Mud Bomb, which is really unfortunate. We're now going to overfarm. They go for another charge move. Are they at the Stone Edge already? They go for another Mud Bomb bait. That is really, really bad for us. We're now going to go for the Drill Peck, and this will be able to take out the Quagsire or grab a shield. We're now going to be able to grab another shield if the opponent wants switch advantage, which they do. But then we swap. Did we just catch a Stone Edge onto Lucario? We did. That is double resisted. Absolutely insane play. But now they come in with a Toxicroak, which is not great. But we do have close to a charge move loaded on the Zapdos. We make it to the Drill Peck. This will be enough to take out the Toxicroak from this range. And now what does the opponent want to do? They come back in with the Drifblim. They're going to be able to not make it to the move here. We go for a Thunderbolt, and Thunderbolt will be enough to one-shot the Drifblim. And now the opponent is just going to concede the match there. So that's going to be it for today's video. Some insane plays from this trainer. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And as for my response, I'm going to go with Primeape. I think I used to see a little bit of play. It does have some very cheap energy moves, which is always great with a counter user. It is quite glassy, of course, but I do think it's quite flexible. But yeah, if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.